Wherever it is that you call home, it's your castle. It's where, at the end of a long day, you can safely hang your hat. But safety for many of us includes being in a place that's clean. And being clean, it starts with your hands. How nice would it be if this was all that it took to completely sterilize the surface of your hands? No soap, no water, no chemicals, just a quick scan of your hands using high voltage corona to eradicate all life on the surface of your skin. Hey everybody, my name's Jay and you're watching Plasma Channel. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel dedicated to the amazing, sometimes magical uses of plasma physics. This video is an exploration into the possibility of killing bacteria and viruses using high voltage corona. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, it's known that microbes and bacteria love to hang out on our skin. They love it, but luckily there's several methods you can use to level the playing field and kill any freeloaders that are hitching a ride on your hands. We've all been taught how to clean our hands using soap and water, and if you're feeling savvy, rubbing alcohol does the same job. Heck, if you're well researched, you may even know about UV sterilization. But there's also an entirely different method. It sterilizes everything from objects to your hands and even an entire room. And get this, it's been studied for more than 100 years. I'm talking about ozone sterilization. You see, ozone's not only responsible for protecting life on Earth, but it's also capable of destroying life. Sounds a bit confused. And making ozone's pretty easy. You know that strange smell after a thunderstorm? Well, that's ozone, because ozone is produced from high voltage discharges. In particular, coronal discharges like you see here produce a ton of ozone. So for the purposes of this video, I've modified the Kirlian imager that I built in a past video of mine. It was modified to allow an onboard power source and be portable. It's what you saw in action a minute ago. It runs off 20,000 volts and it creates a tremendous amount of corona on pretty much anything conductive. So this thing basically acts as an ozone generator. That's why I'll be using it to directly test the effects of ozone on the growth of bacteria and microbes. And in order to determine this effect, here's the plan. Bacterial growth plates exist to test situations like this. I have 2 triplicates, 3 plates for bacteria on hands prior to ozone, and 3 plates for bacteria after ozone treatment. To start, I swabbed my fingers prior to any treatment. Hadn't washed them all day, so perfect starting point. Then each of 3 plates was inoculated with different swabs. Next, I blasted my fingers with about 15 seconds of corona in such a way that they basically bathed in ozone, and repeated the exact same process for inoculating the other 3 plates. I then placed them in a bleached microwave inverted and allowed them to grow for 2 days. Now, removing them from my professional incubator. Okay, I've got both triplicates in hand and the results, they're insane. Before you see them, keep in mind that both triplicates were stored inverted at 75 degrees for 48 hours in the same location. So both of these experienced the same growing situations. Here's the growth of bacteria from my fingers prior to any treatment. Clearly pretty dirty, hundreds of growth colonies. But here's the growth of bacteria from my fingers after 15 seconds of corona and subsequent ozone. One single colony, nearly sterilized. Side by side, here's the 2 triplicates. There's a very stark difference between the control group and the treatment group.